Good to see you.
Alright there, Revenants. Welcome back to Code Vein in the Road to 100, where today we're going to be in the Crown of Sand. Oh yeah, lots of sand, lots of Eva.
Checking
Everything's
your
great.
equipment?
Yeah, we're getting everybody up to speed here. So we're going to be running Harmonia. This is going to be a lot of fun here with Blood Awakening, Supernatural Blood, Field of Thirst, no Blood Sacrifice, and Cleansing Light shenanigans this time around. We're going to be running two different gifts here to get Ichor back instead of blood sacrifice and cleansing light, because we'll have blood awakening active. We're gonna have a pretty short cooldown on this guy, and it's gonna cost us one ichor in order to use it. Everything's gonna be perfect. So here we go. And for the successor fight, we're gonna be going for Aurora Flash and Icarus Ice, because these are pretty cheap gifts, pretty short cooldowns, and we'll be able to get back all our ichor and just burn through the gifts and everything as much as we need to. And we're going to be going for White Me again
You
for
can't
double
go
gift
ahead on your
extension.
own.
And as the Crown of
There.
Sand is
Do
kind
you
of
see something?
the worst thing you can kind of go for as you
There.
know, here in this area, it's in our best interest here to go for these kinds of things. Here he comes. Okay, let's go for this. Go for Mia. That's fine. We'll take the hit. Okay. Okay, and let's go ahead and see here if we can get a backstab and get some Ichor back, as Field of Thirst is not ready yet. And we'll go for a big nuke on him. And unfortunately, we got that huge hit there at the beginning, but that's okay. Now, as you can see, we will not necessarily need Merciless Reaper, but it's okay to go for it. Okay, come on, buddy. Yeah, don't move from there, please. There we go. Yep, just stay right there. Good job. Okay, and so we're able to burn these guys down pretty quick. Now, we don't really need Merciless Reaper. I just have it. Ouch, we got the camera restand here. Okay, there we go. And apparently Explodey Boy is not too interested in us here. Okay, and we'll go for this. There we go. And that's a really fast way to go about this. Now here, we probably don't need Merciless Reaper, so let's probably go for something like, oh, I don't know, what should we do? Let's go for Cleansing Light, or actually Regenerator anyways, just so we can make sure that we have enough ability here to heal ourselves in between each of these phases. Okay. Okay, we're back up to full I-core there. That's really good.
There's
And
somebody in the
it's
sand.
really good that we're
Thanks.
back up to full I-core, obviously,
I see
because
the lost area.
we just literally can't do too much here. Okay, let's go for a launch to get some of that I-core back. Okay, and we'll go for another launch as soon as he gets up. Good. And then we go ahead and nuke him down. So these guys are exceptionally fun
You
when
have to
you go
use every
for
tool
the
you have,
Crush
right?
Ice gifts through here. This
You need
makes
to
for
take a break
some
if you need to.
really good methods, and really overwhelming abilities here for these fellas, um, just because of the fact that this is exactly what you should be doing when you run through here, is any kind of Ice Crush. But because we can do it at a distance, at a very cheap cost, at a
We'll just have to
very
go
heavy
around the
amount of damage and distance and everything in between us, it makes for a really great way to go about engaging these folks. Okay, so good. We're gonna do that, and then we're gonna go here, and then we'll go for this guy. He's gonna spin like crazy here. Okay. Okay, good. And we're still up to 36 I-core, so we'll go for Mia now. And that'll help our cooldowns here and everything as we get up to this fella. Okay, and we'll go for a backstab to hopefully get our I-core back up to as much as we can here before we continue on. Now, you'll notice that we did go for Vow of I-core, and that is to guarantee 2 casts of Blood Awakening before we have to recover and do some backstabs here with folks. So it's a really great way to make sure that you have access to that fast and easy. Okay, let's go ahead and hit him from here. Okay, can't hit him from here. Okay, we can do this though. There we go. And because we want to not spend a lot of time in the ichor sand there, we knocked him back into the sand, or into the what is that? Whoops. Okay, into the Field of Thirst, and so we were able to get all of our ichor back very, very easily and very, very quickly there, which was exceptional for us. Okay, let's go ahead and heal up so we don't get destroyed on the big white fella over here. Okay, and we'll do this, and we'll do that. Good. And big whitey here got excited. Oh shoot, we hit the wall. Whoop. And we threw our ichor away there. Okay. Okay, and then one more. Good. And he disappears exceptionally well, which is great. Now the problem is that we don't have any ichor really super concerns here as we go through the sand. Even though we're going to lose a lot of ichor, we can always just do this and then this. Okay, and there we go. And we still have 28 ichor available to us, which is great. And we'll then run over here. So that's really, really good stuff overall, that we can continue to do things like this and keep getting ichor back. Okay. Ouch. Okay, let's go for a launch, just so we can get some ichor back here for free while we wait for supernatural blood. Excellent. Now we should just go ahead and finish this boy off, just to make sure that we can, you know, get through the rest of this here without super death. Okay, and now that we have Blood Awakening on cooldown, we definitely can just do some of this and get back all of our ichor here, as we need to make sure that we, whoops, we need to make sure that we have enough cooldowns on our gifts here, because those are the only things we have right now to actually damage the enemy, as you see there. Okay, so we made it through there fairly easy, fairly simple, because everything is a one-shot nuke pretty much on every enemy that we come up against. But now, as we will go for the Successor fight, we will want to go for these two, since they have short cooldowns, pretty high damage overall, and we should be able to do pretty well regardless of what's going on. Now, if we pick up Merciless Reaper here, which we will want to for the gifts, we will have to burn our gifts all the way down to 0 ichor, and then use Field of Thirst, because it will only be 1 ichor cost to use Field of Thirst, and so that will only cost us 5% of our health, which that's how Supernatural Blood works, right? Is that it takes 5% of your health per ichor that you use into your health pool, and so it's in your best interest to use that 5% of health very, very effectively and wisely here, to make sure that you're getting the most amount of ichor return as possible if you're going to use Supernatural Blood. So you want to burn through these two as fast as you can, as much as you can, to have as much damage as possible before you go for a Field of Thirst. And as you see there, we'll do fairly well here. And because as soon as you use Field of Thirst, because it does balance damage, it will cost you Merciless Reaper to use it. And that's okay, because Merciless Reaper will be it's only 4 ichor, which means that it will only be 2 ichor, and it will have a pretty good cooldown time, as just because of the fact that Blood Awakening will yield us half of that time. Field of Thirst lasts for about 2 seconds on cast or so, and so because of that, by the time Field of Thirst is done, Merciless Reaper will be back up and active. You'll be at full ichor, and you'll be ready to rock and roll through another 10 or so casts of Aurora Flash and Icarus Ice. So we should be able to put out a hefty amount of damage overall, while at the same time recovering all of our ichor, and at the same time having access to Merciless Reaper to take away her slash and pierce resistances from her, which will be very, very nice here. as they are pretty difficult to overcome. But this should put her into stagger state fairly easily and fairly quickly, just because of the fact that we will have 4 attacks coming out if we're right on top of her that will hit her, from 3 from Icarus Ice and 1 from Aurora Flash, and then 3 more when the ice balls come back to engage with her. Okay, and we'll go for Mia, and we'll go for a pure blood now, so we can go for supernatural blood. Good, and we won't go for anything else just yet. We'll keep it here for now. Meaning Merciless Reaper. We'll burn through our Ichor here first, and then we'll go for Merciless Reaper afterwards. Okay. Okay. Okay, good. Oops, I went for Merciless Reaper too early there. Okay. Okay, good. And now this. Okay. Okay. Doing good work here. Okay. Oh, we're dead. Mia. Thank you. Okay. And she's gone. So as you can see there, it works very, 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 very well. I didn't even get a good look at her health bar, but during the transition I kind of peeked up at it there for a second, and she was like 3/4 of the way down, which I didn't realize she would be that low, but that actually worked out really, really well overall. And just the fact that you're able to get Aurora Flash off so quickly and so often, while at the same time having really, really good burst damage in between there, it actually works out exceptionally well. And if you run something else, like if you run, what are your other dark options? If you run something like instead of this and go for something like Guard of Honor, that would be fine. But as you see, it costs 1 more Ichor. That, you know, she doesn't move around a whole lot, so this could be also used. But the fact is that this has a snapshot ability before the enemy is moving, and this has a real-time cast tracking. So if you're going for more accurate abilities, then I would go for Icarus Ice instead of Guard of Honor. But Guard of Honor is still definitely useful. And if we go for
I'll lead the way.
which one? I want to go for the... I think it's the Misty Ruins. And from here, we can see what Guard of Honor would do instead. Because of the fact that the tracking, like I said, the tracking abilities are a little bit different between the two of them. And if you're going for something that you want to have more attacks, this will be 4 attacks, obviously. Let's see, the key is
glad to be together. Lost
here.
nearby. Be careful. Look at that. There.
There we go. And let's... Whoa. Okay, he's getting excited here. Oh, come on. There we go. And so Guard of Honor is a pretty good gift overall. It comes from Mia in her blood code. But the problem with it is it does have a snapshot tracking of where the enemy is before it fires. And then once it fires, you no longer have... you no longer have tracking to where the enemy is because of how it goes about tracking the enemy after it's casted. There we go. So that snapshot tracking is actually pretty bad overall, which is why Icarus Ice is such a better upgrade, because it has real-time tracking as soon as it casts, but then it has the ricochet bounces that come back and collide on the enemy. So it actually works out really, really well overall. Okay, and invasion and
We should be able to use that somewhere.
good. No invasion. And then let's pick up the 4th key here, and we'll burn her down with Guard of Honor this time instead of Icarus Ice. But it still makes for a lot of fun in how you go about engaging with the enemies and stuff to see how you get the different. Whoops, that's not what we're going for. To see how you get the different setups and builds and everything. Okay, and since we're here, we'll definitely go for the 3 tungstens here. If I remember right, the other key is here. Yeah. Okay. And now that we're all up and running here, now again because what is it? Field of Thirst does balance damage to the enemy, which is why they focus so fast, and they stagger off of it pretty hard overall.
They don't look like pushovers, do
It
they?
counts as an attack because it's doing, you know, balance damage to the enemy, but overall it's not really damaging the enemy. It's literally just,
Thanks.
you know, putting them into that stagger state over and over and over. Okay, so let's go ahead and go for Mia here from the outset. Come on. There we go. And this will be just a little better way to go about getting into the fight, first of all. Okay, and then we'll go back to Aurora Flash. There we go. And we'll go for this. And we'll go for Merciless Reaper here at the beginning. Okay, and then definitely want to go for Guard of Honor quick here. Oh. Okay. That was sad there. Okay, good. She's going for Mia. Okay. Okay. And not quite as effective as you can see as what is it? Guard of Honor. But it does put her down into stagger state, which is great overall. But still not as great as Icarus Ice is, because you see that it takes a little bit more time than what Icarus Ice is, and I actually got flattened that time. But if you go for if you would go for like something like Queen's Throat or something where you have dark and light together, and you go for Ice Barrage and Icarus Ice all at the same time, you can do equally great things overall, just because of that fact. Okay, and here we'll go for White Mia, and then we'll just heal up and just call it good here. Okay, and then let's head in and go for this. And you can see there that that we did really good ability there. Okay. Okay, and we'll go for a little bit of stuff here. Okay, and you can see that the knockdown is exceptional with what we have going here. And you can see that the rotation does very well because of how Icarus Ice pairs up here. It does really well. Okay, and she should go down here pretty quick. There we go. Yeah, you can see that the difference between the two here with Guard of Honor and Icarus Ice is just absolutely like no comparison almost. Guard of Honor does fairly well, but Icarus Ice literally takes the cake here and goes the full distance of what you want to do. And if you wanted to go for like the big nukes or something, or even Freezing Roar, the cooldown is just too long to actually make super good use out of it. Same thing with Hoarfrost Stream. This would be a great gift because it's so damaging, but the fact that it does you know, a very long cooldown there. Now you could go for something like Homing Hellfire, even though this is pretty bad because it's doing fire damage and she resists fire at 20%. But the fact that you can get multiple of them out all at once to do a huge amount of crush damage in between. It can be a really good way of going about getting you know, tons of damage that builds up on her overall. Okay, so I think we're ready to go just as is here. Okay, good. Okay, and she's gonna do that. So we'll go for Hellfire now. Oops, and we got smacked. Pretty good there. Okay, good. Okay, we'll go for another homing hellfire here. And you can see there that she's getting smacked by it all the time. Okay. Okay, good. We definitely need to heal here. Okay. Okay. Okay, good. And she should go into stagger. So this works fairly well overall, but it's nothing like the Icarus Ice combo here that you have access to, just because Icarus Ice and how it operates here with the bouncing projectiles over and over and over, and it's basically 6 attacks all at once for 3 Ichor. And you get the ice damage from it and everything, and it just is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful gift here to use on the Successor of the Throat. And unfortunately, it's, you know, used in a way here to put Eva down, but that's okay. And you could go for, you know, like Ice Barrage, and if you had some light value here, if we went for something like this guy, yeah. If we went for this, so we would want to go for Icarus Ice and Ice Barrage, and we could do something like this, even though we don't have the most amount of ability here to have huge damage from our Blood Veil. But the fact is that you can mix this up pretty easily here overall to make sure that you're doing really good damage when and where anytime you need it. Okay, let's go ahead and get this going too. Good. Okay. Okay, and we'll definitely go for this. So we have really good damage here. Okay. Okay, and you can see that we're able to, you know, put these into her very quickly. Now it's not, you know, anything like what we had before, but it still does pretty good damage overall. Okay. Okay, now we do need some Ichor here. And because she's got a big, whoa, as she exploded. Thank you, Mia. and you can see that that's the problem, is that it doesn't put her down in phase 2 exceptionally quick, which is where the Aurora Flash Icarus Ice comes into play there, is that you're able to keep the slashes going, which do really good for her stagger ability, while at the same time having really good speed on the cast, while at the same time having really low cooldown. So these now are matched on cooldowns, and it costs us 5 Ichor per round of casting. And if we go for Mia on this one, you'll see that this still is not as good as Aurora Flash, Icarus Ice together, because sometimes the Ice Barrage will miss, and so on and so forth. So it's definitely in your best interest here to, you know, go for as much as you can with, oh, good grief, with Icarus Ice. Okay. Yeah, you want to be careful with her spin to win there. Okay. Good. And let's go ahead and heal a couple times here, in fact. Okay. And we'll go for, oh, okay. Now she's gonna, now you can see that we're missing her every now and then, which is really bad. Okay. Oh, and she exploded. Oh no. Okay, come on. There we go. Okay, so you can see that that it still is not as fast as Icarus Ice and Aurora Flash together. Those two, these two make for an exceptional pairing here to actually burn her down very fast, while at the same time having quick mobility and having really good dark value damage here overall. And Vow of Ichor definitely helps us to maintain that higher Ichor count, so we can get more casts off when we need to. rather than worrying about being stuck at that 18 ichor level, which is really a problem for us. Okay, so, and as you see here again, the amount of damage that we can put out quickly here. Ouch. And again, we get flattened. Okay. And Icarus Ice doing great work there. Okay. And you can see the damage cap coming up here. Okay. And we'll just continue on here with Icarus Ice and everything. Okay. Good. And let's move up here a little bit. Yep. Good job, Mia. Nice kill. So yeah, Icarus Ice and Aurora Flash together for the Successor of the Throat. They do really good work versus her overall, and especially paired up here with Field of Thirst, and you can basically get infinite casts of these. And because they do put her into stagger state, it makes for really good opportunities here to put her down very fast. And then when we were adventuring, remember, we went for the big nukes here. So good to go for those in the Crown of Sand overall, because that's how you put those guys down very fast, very easily. So anyways, next will be in the Spire and the Blade Bear and Cannoneer and all that crap, and it'll be a lot of interesting things. So we'll see how we do there, and we'll see you then.